A motorcycle built in a small New Zealand workshop should never have threatened the world's biggest manufacturers. But the Britten V1000 did exactly that. It had no massive factory, no billion-dollar budget, and no corporate engineering army. Yet it arrived with a radical engine, an almost alien design, and performance that shocked professional racing. Then it started beating machines from Ducati, Honda, Yamaha, and Suzuki. But the most unbelievable part is not how fast it was. It is how one man created a motorcycle so advanced that the industry needed years to understand it. This is the story of John Britten's V1000. John Britten was born on August 1, 1950, in Christchurch, New Zealand. Although he had no formal engineering degree, he possessed an extraordinary ability to solve problems and think differently. During the 1980s, while running a successful glass display cabinet business, he spent nearly every spare hour designing motorcycles. After modifying existing race bikes, he realized that every production motorcycle was built around compromises. Rather than improving someone else's design, he decided to build the ultimate superbike from scratch. Development of the Britten V1000 began during the late 1980s inside his home workshop. Almost every component was designed specifically for the motorcycle. Nothing was borrowed from an existing production bike. Every prototype was hand-built, tested, redesigned, and improved through countless hours of experimentation. At the heart of the motorcycle was a completely original 999cc 60-degree V-twin engine, featuring double overhead camshafts, 4 valves per cylinder, liquid cooling, electronic fuel injection, and dry sump lubrication. By the early 1990s, it was producing around 166 horsepower at nearly 12,000 RPM, astonishing performance for a naturally aspirated V-twin of its era. But horsepower alone wasn't what made the Britten revolutionary. Instead of surrounding the engine with a traditional aluminum frame, John Britten eliminated the frame almost entirely. The engine itself became the motorcycle's main structural member. The engine became a stressed member with the steering head and swing arm assembly attached directly to it, eliminating the need for a conventional perimeter frame, reducing weight while increasing rigidity. Today, this concept is common in MotoGP and many high-performance motorcycles, but at the time, it was considered radical. The front suspension was equally unconventional. Instead of telescopic forks, the V1000 used a lightweight double-wishbone system that separated braking forces from suspension movement. This greatly reduced front-end dive under heavy braking while improving steering stability. Then came the materials. Long before carbon fiber became common in motorcycles, Britten used it almost everywhere. The fairings, fuel tank, airbox, seat unit, and even the wheels were made from carbon fiber composites, dramatically reducing weight. Fully assembled, the motorcycle weighed only around 138 kilograms, or about 305 pounds dry. With 166 horsepower pushing just 138 kilograms, the Britten V1000 achieved an extraordinary power-to-weight ratio that rivaled, and in many cases exceeded, the world's best factory superbikes. Even the layout of the motorcycle broke convention. The twin radiators were mounted beneath the seat and behind the engine, improving aerodynamics while centralizing mass instead of placing them at the front. The fuel was carried lower inside the chassis to keep the center of gravity more consistent throughout a race. Every single component served multiple purposes, proving John's philosophy that the fastest motorcycle wasn't simply the one with the most power. It was the one with the smartest engineering. But brilliant ideas mean nothing unless they work on the racetrack. In 1991, the Britten V1000 made its racing debut in New Zealand's Battle of the Twins competition. Despite being an entirely new motorcycle, developed by a tiny independent team, it immediately showed incredible speed. Encouraged by its performance, John Britten made a bold decision. Instead of staying in local competition, he would take the motorcycle halfway around the world to race against the best V-twins on the planet. That opportunity came at the legendary Daytona International Speedway in Florida. When the Britten V1000 arrived for the 1992 Battle of the Twins, it became the center of attention before it even entered the track. Mechanics and engineers from rival teams gathered around the unusual motorcycle, trying to understand its frameless construction, carbon fiber wheels, and unusual front suspension. Many believed it was simply an interesting engineering experiment. They quickly realized it was much more than that. The Britten immediately proved capable of matching the pace of factory-backed Ducati race bikes. John Britten returned home and continued refining the motorcycle. Every race taught the team something new. Components became lighter, the engine became stronger, aerodynamics improved, and reliability steadily increased. Because the team was so small, changes that might take months inside a major corporation could often be designed and built within days. The hard work paid off. In 1993, with Andrew Stroud riding the V1000, the Britten returned to Daytona and won the Battle of the Twins, defeating factory-supported Ducati teams on one of the world's most famous racing circuits. It was one of the greatest underdog victories in motorcycle racing history. The success didn't stop there. The Britten V1000 continued winning races in New Zealand and the United States, collecting multiple Battle of the Twins victories while setting lap records and proving its incredible performance against far better funded competition. Motorcycle magazines around the world praised not only its speed, but also the genius of its engineering. What had started as a dream in a home workshop had become an international sensation. Yet behind every victory was a constant struggle. Unlike Honda or Ducati, Britten motorcycles had almost no financial resources. Every engine, every carbon fiber component, and every new design had to be built by hand. Against all odds, they kept winning. By the mid-1990s, the Britten V1000 had become one of the most respected racing motorcycles in the world, and engineers everywhere were beginning to appreciate just how far ahead of its time it truly was. Then, tragedy struck. In 1994, John Britten was diagnosed with melanoma, an aggressive form of skin cancer. Even while receiving treatment, he continued working on the motorcycle he loved. But the illness progressed rapidly. On September 5, 1995, John Britten passed away at just 45 years old. His death ended one of the most extraordinary engineering stories in motorcycle history. Only around 10 Britten V1000 motorcycles were ever completed, making them among the rarest and most valuable racing motorcycles in existence. Today, surviving examples are preserved in museums and private collections, with several remaining in New Zealand as a tribute to the man who created them. Even today, the Britten V1000 remains one of the most advanced V-twin motorcycles ever built. With its incredible power-to-weight ratio, it could outperform many four-cylinder superbikes of the early 1990s, despite being designed and assembled in a backyard workshop. More importantly, its engineering philosophy influenced the future of motorcycle design, with concepts like the stressed engine chassis, centralized mass, and advanced composite construction becoming common in modern racing.